Milwaukee announced new tools.
Metabo might be going tabless.
We've got sanders, routers, Vacs, circular saws, tape tethers, this insane battery charger.
And baby chainsaws! A ton of them!
We also demo RIDGIDs' all-new NXT series right here in our lab.
Plus another platinum tool deal from Ohio Power Tool.
This is the Tool Show.
Welcome back, Tool fans. I'm Sarah, that's Rob, and we're going to jump right in with some tool news from across the pond. Stuart over at Tool Guide reported this week on a new Metabo lithium HDX tabless battery. Two, actually, in 4 and 8 amp capacities. Now, we've seen a ton of tabless cell batteries launched recently from the likes of Milwaukee, Ryobi, Rigid, DeWalt, Makita, and Bosch. But what makes this much more interesting is that the Metabo batteries are part of the CAS multi-brand battery system, which means Metabo is effectively bringing tabless cells to over 40 different tool brands at once. Of course, with these bigger batteries come bigger recharge times, but Metabo might have an answer for that too. For the whole story, head over to toolguide.com.
Milwaukee had a few announcements this week, including price and availability for their new line of grinders. The new Milwaukee M18 braking grinders are highlighted by being the first grinders with the new Gen 2 power state motors featured at Pipeline this year. That means when you pair them up with a new M18 Forge battery, they'll be more powerful and have longer run times. They all feature rapid stop braking, which stops them in under 2 seconds, and an electronic clutch that protects both you and the motor from kickbacks. There are actually 4 different Milwaukee M18 braking grinders coming, and they're arriving at different times. First up in September, we'll get the new 3670 M18 Fuel 4.5-inch to 6-inch braking grinder with paddle switch for $249 bare. A kit for the 3670 with a pair of 8 amp-hour Forge batteries will arrive in November for $549. Then in October, we'll get the new 3671 M18 Fuel 4.5 to 6-inch braking grinder with a slide switch for $249 bare, plus the 2672, which includes one key for $299. Then in November comes around, we'll get the dual battery kit version of the 3672 with one key for $599. And finally, the 3674 M18 Fuel 4.5-inch to 7-inch variable speed braking grinder with paddle switch and one key for $349 bare.
Harbor Freight launched a really big battery for their Bauer line of cordless tools this week. Yep, that's a 12 amp hour monster with 21,700 cells inside. This guy will be perfect for their high demand tools like their miter saw, blowers, grinders, or impact wrenches if you can handle that weight. The new Bauer 12 amp hour 20 volt battery is available now for $136 at your local Harbor Freight.
If you're a regular around here, you know that Sarah and I are both huge fans of the Ekster wallet. Now, I've had mine for nearly 7 years now, and Sarah's been rocking her glow-in-the-dark aluminum card holder for several months.
Love that thing.
In the past, we've shown you several of their wallet designs and clever tracking accessories.
But this week, they just announced what they're calling the future of wallets.
This is the all-new Ekster CardHolder Pro, and at first glance, it looks almost identical to their popular aluminum card holder.
But the Pro has a few distinct upgrades. First, it's now made from recycled aluminum, which means no plastic at all. Even the ejection trigger is a metal.
It also holds more cards, topping out at 14 with 5 to 7 in the card holder.
It also has rounded lower corners, so it fits better in your hand. And this beautiful desert red is just one of 5 available colors from the current collection. Plus, you can get it in 2 exclusive colors, fiery red and marine blue.
The Pro also has a new add-on ecosystem, allowing you to customize yours to your preference. We've got a new AirTag backplate, which, you guessed it, houses an Apple AirTag.
We also have a new cash clip backplate that makes it easy to hold your folded money.
There's even a coin tray, and of course, you can add the tool card or the finder card for tracking your wallet.
Last of all, unlike the standard wallets, which have 2-year warranties, the Pro has a lifetime warranty.
So if you still haven't switched to an Ekster wallet yet, this is your chance to have the very best and save some money.
The Ekster summer sale is still going on until the 21st. You'll get up to 25% off, and the best part is, if you include the code TOOLSHOW, you'll get even more discount on top of that sale.
If you bought your own Ekster wallet after seeing it here on our show, do me a favor, let us know what you think of it in the comments.
Earlier this week, RIDGIDs sent us a vac. Not just any vac, but their HD 1800 16-gallon NXT wet-dry vac with cart. When launched in 2019, RIDGID said their NXT wet-dry shop vacuums were next level in every way. And after using it for a week, we can see why. But they didn't send it to us to review the vac. Instead, they were launching a whole new line of NXT Max accessories. The new system has you pick an NXT Max tool, pick the right shoe for the job, snap on the shoe, and get to work. The tools include utility nozzle, floor tool, crevice tool, car nozzle, and a rotating dusting brush. Each tool then offers a variety of shoes. There are hard bristles for agitating debris on rough surfaces, soft bristles for delicate surfaces, and soft rubber for hair and fur removal. There's also a wet squeegee nozzle for wet surfaces just for the floor tool, and a special inner bristle shoe for the rotating dusting brush that keeps the bristles under the flow of the nozzle so you don't sweep anything away from the point of pickup. Swapping out these tools is super easy and done with only a quarter turn, and the shoe can easily be switched out. The shoes on the utility and floor tools can even be swapped out with your boot, so you don't even have to lean down to the floor. We tried several of these new tools and shoes ourselves, and they all worked great, especially when you use the right tool or shoe for the job. Now, these new NXT accessories won't be available until August 19th, but when they arrive, you'll find them at your local Home Depot and at homedepot.com in a variety of bundles.
Moving on to our favorite videos of the week, Matt over at 731 Woodworks is still preaching the good word of Ryobi, this time detailing 5 pro-level Ryobi tools that he figures you've never seen before.
Nate over at Dorson Tool Reviews grabbed the Gen 2 Ego Powerhead system and compares it directly to the first generation to see if the upgrade is worth the price.
Tim Johnson over at Shop Tool Reviews has the new Milwaukee M12 Fuel 3-inch orbital sander.
It's just a baby!
This cool little sander weighs in at less than 3 pounds, but still delivers up to 10,000 OPM. Tim has some thoughts you might want to consider though before buying one.
Speaking of babies,
here we go.
Tools Tested is testing valid chainsaws! And I hate to admit this, but his collection just might be better than mine. He's got examples from SKIL, Cobalt, Greenworks, I don't have that one, Milwaukee, Craftsman, Metabo, Ryobi, and an Amazon ripoff that uses a DeWalt battery. Personally, I think he should just get the DeWalt 8-inch XR, but what do I know about baby chainsaws? Okay, as it turns out, there's a lot I don't know. But Tools Tested has you covered.
TTC got the new Milwaukee M18 6.5-inch circular saw, whose big claim to fame is being really ridiculously powerful. So they decided to see if it's capable of taking on even 7.25-inch circ saws from DeWalt and RIDGID.
Tools and Stuff shared a huge Makita cordless router showdown, primarily because they make 3 of them now. Don't want to spoil everything, but a Makita wins.
Mark Thomas has decided to share a new series of tool reviews focused on cleaning up, starting with the new Ryobi Spot Vacuum.
Last Best Tools showed off a DeWalt tape measure tether kit, which I've honestly never seen before. It does exactly what you think, giving you a pouch that holds your tape measure with a large overlapping Velcro strap to lock it in. Then the tether is coiled cable that hooks onto the pouch and then secures to your tool belt or your safety rig. Great for those of you who measure a lot of stuff on ladders. Doc does point out that this may have been designed by a massive group of lawyers because there are no less than 5 different warning labels on the pouch alone.
Safety first. Doc also shared this absolutely ridiculous battery charger that I really need. That's the Olight O-Station X, and I'm not gonna lie, I do not need this, but I want it. Badly. It's a box that you drop your rechargeable AA batteries into, and it automatically charges them and dispenses them below. Simple enough, but there are several cool tricks this thing does. For starters, it doesn't matter what orientation you put the battery in. The system can identify which way you put it in and flows the power in the right direction. It can even identify non-rechargeable batteries and bad batteries and kicks them out into a separate drawer. I know this is likely for people who go through a ton of AA's a day, but I still want this thing. We use AA's in all kinds of things in our house, RC cars, camera equipment here in the studio, and the idea of walking over to this box, dropping in a pair of dead batteries, and just grabbing 2 replacements from the bottom dispenser is just fun. That, and I bet I can teach our 4 kids to do this too, instead of just dropping dead batteries near the charger. The only bad news is you just missed the Kickstarter, so you'll have to wait with the rest rest of us for them to launch it on their website. All right, it's time again for another Platinum Tool deal from Ohio Power Tool. Now, every week we share an exclusive coupon code that saves you a ton of money, but only works for the first 25 people who use it normally. But today's a special day.
This week, Ohio Power Tool is helping us celebrate hitting 200,000 subscribers by giving us $20 off a $100 purchase of any in-stock Milwaukee tools or accessories for the first 200 people to use it.
But you'll still have to be fast. To make sure you have your best shot each week, be sure to not only subscribe, but click the bell notification so you don't miss it. Now, the code you need this week is TS200K. Good luck.
I want to thank Ego, Flex, Tested HQ, and Ohio Power Tool for continuing to support our show and our community of fans. We could not do this without you.
If you can, do something kind for a neighbor this weekend, and Sarah and I will see you next week.